thing that most speakers will never do. And when you use it, the audience doesn't even know what's happening. But believe me, they feel like you're one of theirs every single time. And when they feel like you're one of theirs, they'll choose you as their teacher. They'll choose to purchase from you. They'll choose to follow you. And equally important, they'll choose to share you with someone else. Step 3 is the dip theory. Ooh, the dip theory shows people the journey of your life. So picture a big V. I know that sounds crazy, but picture like a big V like this. At the top of the left of the V would be the big U. That's your bio. That's your success track record. That's where you talk about your big wins. You got to be comfortable bragging on you. It's necessary to make the dip work. Now, go down to the center of the V right here. That's the dip. That's the place right here where you share the lowest point as it relates to your message. Then, when you come out and you go to the upper right corner of the V, that's where you share your mission, your why, your inspiration. This is why I do this work. This is what I want to do. This is the impact that I choose to make on the world. This is why I'm here with you guys. That's step 3. Now, step 4, in building an unforgettable message is to use verbal highlights. Most people think that verbal highlights means just taking your voice up a bit. But verbal highlights is equally as impactful when you drop your voice. Verbal highlights also means incorporating a pregnant pause in your message and being comfortable enough to hold the audience right there, allowing the message and the words that you just said to sink a little deeper. The best way I found to identify the places in your message to use verbal highlights is to map it out in writing. When you want to take your voice up, highlight your words in yellow. When you want to take your voice down, highlight your words in pink. When you want to have a pregnant pause after a word, you type that word in blue and you put ... Put at least 5 dots there. A total of 5 or 6 dots that show you that you want to do a pregnant pause right here. Once you've done this and you've really honed the art of capturing your message, delivering your message, and captivating your audience, now they're ready to become your students. You can put these 4 steps into work immediately to begin crafting messages with more impact. Trust me, it works instantly. When I first met my client Alexei from Kiev in Russia, he was pretty intimidating and intense with his energy. He said, "I want you to teach me how to tell stories the way you tell stories. You made me cry, and I don't cry." It just made me kind of shake when he talked to me. When Alexei came to my offices for our private coaching session, he brought 9 stories to work on. At the time, Alexei was rated an average of 3 when he spoke over in Kiev. He wanted to move his ratings up. He was a successful speaker, but he wasn't an impactful speaker, and he definitely wasn't an unforgettable speaker. Alexei and I worked on his stories. We worked and we crafted, we pulled them apart. We did the very techniques I just taught you. We incorporated the audience connection, and we really focused on his dip. He had mastered his dip. And when he came back to me 90 days later, he put in front of me the ratings document from his most recent speaking engagement. Alexei had gone from being rated a 3 to now being rated a 7. Learning how to do the very techniques that I just gave you. So, learning to create a great message that makes you unforgettable is the foundation to a thriving speaking career. Be clear on that. Non-negotiable. But it's also just the beginning. You still have to get booked. There's only one thing worse than having a great message that's unforgettable. It's having a great message that's unforgettable and not having anywhere to deliver it to. So getting booked is a result of actively hunting for consumers, actively getting to the people that need your message. Step 1 to getting booked is to identify your target market for which your message either 1, relieves the pain that they're having, or 2, helps to facilitate a desire that they currently have. Real important to know that. One of the easier ways to find your audience is to literally do this word, wait for it, R&D. Research and development. Yes, it will never grow old for your future customer. This is where you carve out say two with me, 2 hours a day, 2 days a week. Say two again, 2 days a week just for R&D. During your R&D time, all you're doing, say the word all you're doing is building your prospective consumer bucket. You want to have a bucket full of prospective consumers. This particular bucket should always be 5 times bigger than your existing consumer base. So you always have a place to go to get business, to get new business. What does R&D look like? I recommend that you get a 3-inch binder. Yes, a 3-inch binder. I'm going to go old school on you. And then you get 100 tabs. Yes, she did say 100. Then you go to the organization's websites and do research on their information, the ones that look like they're a fit for you. You're looking for 4 things. Number 1, you're looking to see what type of events they do that require speakers. What are all the events they do on an annual basis? 2, you're looking for what's their mission and what's their goals. You want this information because when they know that you care about their mission, they'll care about your contribution. Woo! That right there, that's worth the price of admission. Just knowing that. You're not just showing up to speak. You want them to know that you're showing up to further their mission. Again, you're the solution to their problem, or you're the access to their desires. When you find an organization that you connect with, meaning that their mission statement is something that you can stand behind and that your message will support, and that they have an annual event or something that you're inspired by, they go in your binder, the 3-inch binder that you'll have, right? Number 3, you print out their homepage. 4, you also print out their contact page. All of this information goes behind just one tab. Those are your R&D days, and you do nothing but R&D. Let's review. 2 hours a day, 2 days a week. Your sales days, however, are very different days. Yes, 2 days a week for sales. 2 hours a day for only sales. All you're going to do now is reach out to these people saying something like this. So, here's your mission. Here's what is important to you. And here's what I'm up to. And how my message will support your mission. Now, if you're like a lot of my students, the idea of picking up the phone and calling someone just made your stomach drop or your heart flip-flop. I get it. I'm going to help you with this. Promise. I'm not leaving you out there by yourself. First, here's a little trick that helped me tremendously back in the day when I was starting my career. I never liked saying I. My name is Lisa Nichols. I can help you. So what I've done is represented Lisa Nichols. Yes, I wasn't Lisa Nichols making the call to sell my own speaking. I would call, and you got to know I'm not very creative at times. I would call and introduce myself as Linda and say, I'm representing Lisa Nichols. Hi, my name is Linda Johnson, and I'm representing Lisa Nichols. Another thing that you can do, so don't hesitate. You can represent yourself and be someone else, be your assistant. Another thing you can do, if you find it difficult to call on your own behalf, or if you have someone who could be a little difficult for you to call, is to find an ambassador. Ask a person if he or she will agree to give you an hour a week. Ideally, 2 hours a week, but at least an hour a week to call on your behalf. You have ambassadors who believe in you. Look at, you have people who knew that you should be sharing your message even before you knew you should be sharing your message. Go find them. Now, the big question, what do I say when I call? Are you ready? Because I'm going to give you the script. Yes, I'm going to give you the script. Here's what it sounds like. Hi, I'm calling on behalf of, then insert your name. So I'm going to say I'm Jason, right? So hi, I'm Jason, and I'm calling on behalf of John Doe. I'm not creative, I told you sometimes. He's a profound speaker with an incredible message. He's spoken in front of over 5,000 people already and inspires people to make significant changes in their lives, increase their revenue, and get into action and live their dreams. This is where you plug in the outcome that you produce. So I'm just using an example. I said 5,000 people. You can say he's spoken to hundreds, or he enjoys speaking in front of people, or he's been successful. If you don't have any numbers yet, then don't use any numbers. You want to stay in integrity and honest. So let's go on, continue with the script. He is currently providing, get this, he's currently providing 10 organizations with a complimentary message. His service is valued at, and here's where you would insert a realistic value for your services, whether it's $2,500 or $4,500 or $5,000 if you're just getting started, $1,500, or whatever you value your speaker's fee at. Now, so we might say his speaking fee is valued at $3,500, but he's gifting 10 organizations who are up to exemplary things with a complimentary speaking event. Your organization has been selected. And so I wanted to call and invite you to redeem the gift that he's giving to your organization. Here's how it works. You can book him within the next 8 months. You get up to an hour of speaking plus 20 minutes of Q&A afterwards. And it's all gratis, as in free. We simply would need for you to let us know within the next 30 days if you want to redeem this. May I follow this up with a letter? So easy, right? I literally did this over and over and over again. And it doesn't feel slimy. It feels good as long as you stay in integrity with your value, the number of people you've spoken to. Just stay in integrity with that conversation. You literally do that pitch everywhere you go with every organization that you discover in your R&D. When I first did it, I did my R&D in the yellow pages. You remember the yellow pages? Because we didn't have Google at the time. I called 21 people. I was able to talk to 10 of them. I was Linda, calling on behalf of Lisa. I got 4 engagement, and it became just a numbers game. I'm going to keep it simple so that you can do this as well. You see, I'm not extraordinary. You don't get to make me extraordinary, because then you're letting yourself off the hook. Oh, well, she's extraordinary. She can do that. She got the hookup. No, I haven't gotten the hookup. I hooked myself up. I'm an ordinary woman who chooses every day to make one more extraordinary decision. They may look crazy. They may look strange. But sometimes they end up being extraordinary. That means if you're ordinary, or anything in the middle between ordinary and extraordinary, then we got something in common. And we can make extraordinary decisions together. You notice that I mentioned a letter at the end of the script? I want you to have a written letter to follow up. I want you to include 5 agreement points in that letter. Yes, I'm going to give you the content for the letter as well. First, you agree to waive your speaker's fee for X amount of dollars. Let's say $3,500 for this example. And speak for free. That's the first agreement. In exchange, the organization agrees to do 5 things. 1, they agree, providing they enjoyed the message that you delivered, they agree to give you a letter of recommendation that they enjoyed their experience of your message. They enjoyed you being there. 2, they'll allow the attendees who are interested to sign a guest list if they want to hear more information or stay connected with you, or text you online if you want to go straight to text. They allow some way for you to capture the people who are in the room that are interested in you. 3, they'll allow a photographer to take photos of you and the room while you're speaking. 4, they'll allow a videographer to take video of you and the room while you're speaking. And 5, they'll refer you to anyone else in the industry that they know could use your services without telling them that you spoke for free to their organization, but instead telling them what your standard speaker's fee is. When ABC organization tells XYZ organization that you're an amazing and wonderful speaker because you were riveting and you did the things that I taught you and you're unforgettable, and that your speaker's fee is $3,500 when they ask, then the fact that you're free doesn't keep moving forward with you. This is all in the follow-up agreement letter that you send. Once you've got them on the phone, once they're excited, they have to do all of these things for you to speak for free. This allows you to get paid in non-monetary currency. I love that phrase. Let's talk a little bit about what your non-monetary currency is. The way you get the most from your photo opportunity is by creating a pre-event shot list. If you're not writing already, you know you should be writing this down, but you're probably already writing because you're brilliant. You take the time to figure out exactly what you want the photographer to capture. Be very specific with this list. I specified that I want pictures of when I ask people to raise their hands, or raise one hand, or raise two hands, or stand up. I specified that I wanted photography shot when people were hugging. These photos show that I'm engaging the audience, that I'm an active speaker. Be very detailed with your shot list and review your shot list with your photographer. Oh, by the way, you're bringing in that photographer, so it's your photographer, not theirs, so you know you're going to get the shots afterwards. You want to review this list with your photographer before the event, not during the event, and definitely not after. This ensures that you get the shots that you want. Where do you get your videographer from if your event is out of state? It's a really amazing place, Craigslist or something like that. You pay $150 to $250 to get a local photographer with a real camera, not one that rings and you answer and you talk on it, right? You give them the shot list and you're good to go. The photographer that you get needs to double as the videographer. Yes, you're not going to hire two different people. You're going to hire one person with two machines, or with one machine that does both, right? Then you give them the video shot list that you want them to create. And if you're on stage for 20 minutes or more, they literally have enough time and space to give you everything you need. The video will also be used to create your sizzle reel. This is your promo reel. The videos you gather at your events will become valuable because they'll be what constantly up-levels your brand. The third way that you achieve non-monetary currency is by inviting people to join your database. This can take many forms, such as filling something out in the room, such as an evaluation, asking them to text a message to a certain number, sending them to a website to get an absolutely free, amazing, wonderful gift, or giving away something free to the entire room. The fourth form of non-monetary currency is referrals to other organizations. I ask my clients before we do the event, can we make an appointment to meet on this date after the event? I call it a debrief meeting to understand, what did you think about the experience? What did you think about the message? And how could I make it more powerful? Or what did you love about it? How was it? How can I serve you in other ways is another amazing question. And in that debrief meeting, which is somewhere between 2 and 5 days after the event, that's when I say, may I ask that if you're open to it, would you give me a referral to 2 other organizations that would find value to the service that I provided for you? I ask for it just like that. And I am coaching you to do the same. Usually what I get is, absolutely. A lot of times I'll get the referrals given to me right there on the spot because I've overserved my client. You want to do the exact same. I over-delivered. Now, mind you, whatever they contract you to do, if you give them just that, you've given them C-level work. Your job is to find out, what does A-level work look like, right? You want to blow their mind. I mean, that means you want to find ways to exceed their expectations. Hashtag, again, blow their mind. When you do that, you set them up to want to refer you. When you do that, you set them up to want to refer you. The last way you get paid with non-monetary currency, remember, we're talking about currency that's not necessarily dollars and cents, but it's things that's going to make you even more dollars and cents in the future. The way you do that is to literally make an offer. Now, we'll talk about this at greater length at another time, but if you can sell, then make a dignified offer. The key word is dignified, which is an offer that leaves the room feeling like they have an option, not like they've been slimed. If you can't sell, then seed. Seeding is a technique that I recommend you learn in great depth, but let me overview it with you right now. Seeding, now I want you to pay really close attention because this is a game changer, and it's not necessarily difficult, but it's not super simple. It's something that you have to practice, okay? So seeding is when you refer to what you offer, your product, your program, in a 45-degree angle. You use it as a testimony or as evidence, as a part of a story. Really important that you know that. It has to be a part of a story, something bigger than it. It gives the room insight that there is something that you have over there, but you don't tell them that you have it for them. You cannot tell them you have it for them. It's simply a part of that story you were telling. You don't tell them how much it costs. You don't tell them to go to the back of the room and get it. You just speak to it at a 45-degree angle over there. Over there is my student. And when she stepped onto my program, she was miserable. She was confused. She was frustrated. And by the time we finished, she was able to have clarity, power, conviction, and produce some results because she was willing to do the work. That's over there. Notice what I just did. When Angela began to combine these formulas together, she added to them the art of a dignified offer. Her income went up $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and she quickly surpassed about $12,000 a month when she applied these techniques. For some people, that might not be a lot, but for Angela, it was literally life-changing. When I met her, she lived in a 500 square foot room. By the time Angela stepped off our campus, she was in a 2-bedroom, well over 2,500 square foot townhome. Now that we've talked about seeding, now let's talk about getting paid what you're worth. Getting paid what you're worth doesn't mean someone writing you a check for a certain amount. Getting paid what you're worth is as much you understanding how to make an offer that leaves me feeling inspired, how to give me value that leaves me wanting more, how to sell me in a way that I feel like you are offering me an opportunity to further my own education, to remove a pain point that I have, or to live out a desire or dream that I want to live out, and that you are the vehicle that can help me get there. So getting paid your worth is 80% how you offer and how you, quote, hunt for the opportunity to serve. Think of yourself as fulfilling a prescription. What do they need, and how can you fulfill their need? You don't sell your way to success. You serve your way to sales. And then the sales lead you to fiscal success. There are several layers of getting paid your worth. We'll cover 2 today. 1, understand your fee structure. Find a solid fee of where you are now. No comparing yourself to others. Land on your speaker's fee and stay there. Comparison is and will always be the thief of all joy, Benjamin Franklin said. This means that every single person you talk to gets that particular speaker's fee, regardless if you charge them that or not. For example, you might say that my speaker's fee is $3,500 or $7,500 or $5,000, and I'll do it for you for $2,500. You can reduce it and offer them various discounts, but you have to land on something stable every single time so that you feel the foundation in your business. Then you manage the way people refer forward. When people refer forward, they refer you with your speaker's fee quoted, not your reduced fee quoted. They let you choose to reduce it, and you can make that request of them. When you're first getting started, you may be tempted to lower your fee quite a bit, or you may be unsure of how much to discount your fee because you just want to get out there and you just want to speak. To eliminate the guessing game, one option is to lead with the question, what's your budget? I'm doing an event coming up for someone for $1,500. My speaker's fee, my standard speaker's fee for this type of event is $25,000. And everyone knows it, including the organization. But I want to speak for this organization. I want to contribute to this organization. I love what they're up to. And I said, what's your budget? They said $1,500. Now, I'm not able to do a whole lot of those, but I can. So I turned around and said, great, that will be my honorarium. My fee is $25,000, and I still put $25,000 in my contract. I said, I'm going to reduce my fee from $25,000 down to $1,500, and I go. That's one way. You ask their fee because you might find that their budget is actually $500 more than your speaker's fee. But it doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. Now, you don't increase your fee by that $500. You still honor your standard speaker's fee. Now, the other way to do this is in the same sentence you say, my speaker's fee is $5,500. However, I'm happy to honor your budget. Just that clean. And then you ask, what is it? You ask what their budget is in the exact same sentence that you give them your speaker's fee. This is called having a dignified conversation about finances up front and at the beginning, so you're not wondering. It's out of the way now. The second prong to getting paid your value is to provide direct service to the retail consumer directly. This means the individual that's in your audience, not the organization hiring you to be on their stage. The way you increase this revenue is by increasing your visibility and your value of service online. Remember this, existing value inspires me to choose future value that I'll purchase. I'll say that again. Existing value inspires me to choose future value that I'll purchase. Most speakers wait for you to purchase to give you great value. Instead, give people great value now and then inspire them to choose to purchase more great value. What that looks like are online, consistent forms of service, such as online 2-minute content weekly or 2-minute content every 2 days on YouTube channels. Consistency and value are the key words. Come up with the content and then deliver solid, powerful, quick, fast, concise, energized messages on a consistent basis. Now I've chosen you for content once you do that. Once I've chosen you for valuable content to me, you can invite me to now become your student. Initially, I would strive for 70% of revenue starting from some kind of event and 30% from online resources. Now that's just a guesstimate. It'll change depending on who you are, what you're doing, and what industry you're in. What's sustainable and realistic for you and body-wise, family-wise, travel-wise is to have a balanced portfolio, or as I like to call it, a portfolio with harmony. I recommend 40% from live events and 60% directly from the retail consumer. Donald S., who's in our speaking tribe and one of our wonderful students, wrote me and said this, Lisa, I'm extremely excited to share with you. I have my first speaking engagement this Monday. Am I nervous? Heck yes, but I'm equipped with all the needed tools. I'll be speaking to a group of 50 students in a summer program, encouraging them to strive for the upcoming school year. Thank you for giving me the tools to speak and impact people powerfully. Way to go, Donald S. Now let's make an important point. I just gotta break it down for you. You need to make a definitive decision. Do you love speaking and you don't mind doing it for free? Or is this what you want to spend the next season of your life delivering, and therefore it requires that you do it for a fee? If you choose to make this business your life, it's going to require that you develop your CEO muscle. Whew, that was a muscle that I really had to get, that I had to develop, and I want you to know it sooner, quicker, faster. You have to develop that muscle if you want this business to be your life. Your technical muscle, meaning your skill set, is the muscle that you develop in the craft of the message, the craft of being an orator, the craft of audience engagement, the craft of the pregnant pause, the craft of the dip theory, the craft of being electrifying, the me, we, you audience connection, and so many other things that I can show you. But everything else called selling, seeding, offering, scaling, and so many other things are all your CEO muscle. Treat it like there's literally a muscle on this side and there's a muscle on this side, and you want to be in harmony and in balance and have them both develop. So if you want to turn this into a real business and not just a side hustle, don't get me wrong, there ain't nothing wrong with a side hustle, but if you want to turn this into a real business, then you have to look at the CEO muscle and you have to focus on it. Now, here's the thing. You probably understand that connecting the dots and having the ahas is great, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to actually transform you from a good speaker to an unforgettable speaker, from running a side hustle to leading a thriving, consistently growing speaking business. So let me clarify why that's not working for you. What happens is that when you start to take new action in your business, it's hard. Like, I can't even sugarcoat that. I'm a motivational, inspirational, transformational speaker, and there's no other way to say it than it's hard. It's unfamiliar, and it takes a whole lot of focus. And normally, it costs you more in energy, time, talent, and money than you ever thought you would spend. Eventually, you'll get busy or distracted or overwhelmed. And then, all of a sudden, you slide right back into those default patterns to doubting yourself, comparing your beginning to someone else's middle, to believing the little voice in your head that says, but if you build it, they will come. They should come. You know what? It's not just going to happen magically from information and ahas. It just won't happen. The committed speaker knows that it takes accountability and the practical tools so that they can really, truly make a difference. Stop wishing and start really having what they want. It's going to take work. It requires that you take action. Say action. I know I'm not in your house. I'm not in the car. I'm not at the job. I'm not there with you, but I want to hear you say take action.
Take action.
Okay, I got it. Say action. Right. It's going to require that you take action. And I think that that's probably you. That's why you're here. That's why we're together right now. We just covered a lot. And you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed or confused. And that's okay. I've been right there before, many times. You can create the impact and earn the big profits you desire and deserve relatively quickly and with way less effort than you're used to and expect. Because I've laid out your exact step-by-step blueprint to becoming an unforgettable speaker and building your CEO muscle. Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit is the behind the black curtain training program that allows you to create and deliver a high impact, unforgettable message and to be rewarded extremely generously financially. This radically simple 14-week online video training program will help you find and get hired to speak by organizations whose missions can be furthered by your message. Make a much bigger impact with your message while you're traveling the country or world, serving the people you meet in a much, much deeper way. Quickly phase out the free engagements that get you applause but no clients. Feel comfortable and confident asking for your full fee and referrals to other potential clients. Create a balanced, thriving, harmonious business that supports the lifestyle you desire without having to try harder to do it. You'll work hard, but it won't be difficult work to do. And then to teach you proven, in-depth techniques to completely up-level your speeches from good to, yes, unforgettable. Build a solid foundation for a sustainable speaking business so you can deliver your message and still have a life. Increase the number of speaking engagements and referrals that you receive. Expand your personal capacity by developing the mindset of a world-class speaker and much, much more. You'll even participate in exercises that will create the release of old beliefs and patterns so that you can begin to change organically. That's worth the price of admission. You begin to change without having to white knuckle through situations that used to be the point at which you would typically default back into old behavior. This bundle is a $2,700 value. Next, you'll get immediate access to the What You Need to Succeed introductory module. This video training and the accompanying checklist has been called the Wikipedia of Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit. This module sets you up for success in the program, laying out exactly what to do to make the most of this opportunity. You'll discover the pitfalls to avoid and the essential thing to do starting right now to begin finding and connecting with your audience. Our goal is to guide you step by step through the process of building a solid foundation and really owning the platform as a speaker and author. That's also a value of $297. You'll also receive access to my World Class Speakers Alliance Facebook group, which frankly is priceless. The people in there, the people you'll meet and you'll begin to partner with and learn from, it literally is priceless. This is where you'll connect with a worldwide community of speakers and members of my Motivating the Masses tribe. You'll get feedback, support, and guidance to help you accelerate, profitize, and publicize your brand and your business. And it keeps getting better because I put together a whole bunch of new tools, especially for this program, never formulated before and put together in one place to help you accelerate your business. I'm giving you formula frameworks. As we've discussed a lot in our training, creating a powerful message is key to becoming unforgettable. And becoming unforgettable is the essential foundation to building a multi-million-dollar business. I'm sharing 2 of my favorite resources to help speed and ease the process of creating your unforgettable message. The Powerful Message Producer is a fill-in-the-blank form that provides the framework for delivering a powerful message. This is something we work on in Module 3 of Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit. You'll also receive the outline for creating stronger audience connection with my Me, We, You formula. So you connect and bring with you every single member of your audience. These tools are a $500 minimum value. Next, I'm giving you time-proven, fill-in-the-blank scripts. Yes, you're getting actual scripts. I wish I had these. If you're like many students on my campus, you may understand what you need to do, but you struggle to find the right words and message structure you need to get the job done. I totally get it. That's why I'm providing a set of 4 done-for-you scripts that you can use to connect with your audience, secure more speaking engagements and referrals, and find new students in your audience. The dip theory script will guide you through creating a powerful dip to connect with your audience. The Book Me Now script will help you secure more speaking engagements so you can generate more speaking revenue and get in front of more potential students. And the Snap script will facilitate the creation of a stronger and more effective snap message to use when you're networking. And, oh my God, there's more. The Are You My Student script will issue an irresistible call to the hearts, minds, and souls of new students sitting in your audiences, helping them recognize that you are the teacher that they've been waiting for and spurring them to take next steps with you. I've invested hundreds of hours developing and fine-tuning these scripts from the stage, and they're easily, effortlessly valued at over $2,000. Next, yes, there is a next, you'll receive what I call Do It Like a Pro checklist. If you want to up-level your brand and business consistently, checklists are vital. I didn't know that for the first 7 years of my business, by the way. They help make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed and that nothing vital gets overlooked or fall through the cracks. Earlier in my training, I shared my tips for creating a shot list to capture video and images you can use to construct a compelling sizzle reel. Well, no more guessing what should be on your shot list, because the first checklist that I'm going to give you is my platinum video and still shot list to up-level your brand. Ooh, that's worth dancing about. I'm also going to share my checklist on how to set up and deliver a training. If you want to have a seamless presentation that connects you with your audience, leaves a lasting impact, and motivates new clients and students to continue their journey with you, it's essential to pay attention to a whole bunch of details that many speakers tend to overlook. This checklist will help make sure you're ready to do your best and to wow your audience. And by the way, it makes you come across super, super professional, and people want to do business with professional individuals. These checklists are a $300 minimum value. And I'm also giving you my here's how I did it sample agreements. You already know that written agreements are key to ensure that all parties know exactly what the terms of the relationship are. It would be great if we could do business on a handshake, but that's not just how it's done. Getting professional agreements drafted by an attorney can cost a small fortune. Believe me, I know because I made that investment years ago. I have tweaked my agreements over the years to ensure that both my business and my clients are taken care of. I'm going to share 2 of my professionally written agreements with you. A sample speaker agreement that you can use to confirm the details of your speaking engagements, and a sample joint venture partnership agreement for when you start to focus on building your database. Please note that I'm not an attorney. You should take these agreements to your own attorney if you choose and get his or her blessing. But they will definitely get you off to a really great start, identifying exactly what you want to include in your own agreements. This is a minimum $2,000 value. Finally, you'll receive my Birth Your Best-Selling Book resources. Oh, I love this one. As you can imagine, and probably already know, writing a best-selling book is a critical component of building a multi-million-dollar brand. Books help invite people onto your campus. As they read your words of wisdom and inspiration, and then they decide to study with you, books also serve as an easy next step for people who see you speak and want to take a piece of you home with them. I have 2 resources to help you birth your own best-selling book or to further your existing book. A sample book proposal, but not just any sample. This is the actual proposal that I use to get the chicken soup for the African American Soul contract, the actual one. In other words, it works. So model it when writing your own proposal. Please change the content so that it's true for you, okay? Then second, my bestseller creator is a step-by-step guide to turning your books into bestsellers. Something I've learned with Chicken Soup for the African American Soul, No Matter What, and Abundance Now. These resources are $1,000 minimum value. It's a lot, isn't it? I know. Remember when I told you that if I'm not anticipating what my clients need even before they know it themselves, that I'm being lazy? Well, I feel that way about my students too. My goal is to make this an unforgettable experience for you by providing every tool, trick, and explanation that I can think of. Here's what I know. You probably invested in something else and felt like you overpaid and got underserved. My goal is to change that experience around. So let me recap this for you. You'll get the entire Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit, a $2,700 value that includes 14 online video training modules that help you build the foundation of a winning platform so you can create a bigger change in the world and earn a lot more money as a professional speaker. Plus, you get downloadable worksheets for each module, which will help you deepen your mastery of the content and begin to apply the lessons to your speeches and speaking business. What you need to succeed introductory module, which will share proven tips for making the most of your modest investment into this program and avoiding the pitfalls that could prevent you from making rapid progress, a $297 value. Access to the World Class Speakers Alliance Facebook group, a priceless resource where you'll connect with a worldwide community of speakers and members of my Motivating the Masses team for feedback, support, and guidance. Formula frameworks, 2 resources to help speed and ease the process of creating your unforgettable message. You'll get the Power Message Producer, which provides the framework for delivering a powerful message, and an outline for using the Me, We, You formula to connect with your audience. These tools are $500 minimum value. Time-proven, fill-in-the-blank scripts, the Dip Theory script, the Book Me Now script to secure more speaking engagements, a script for creating a stronger snap message to use when networking, and the Are You My Student script to help find new students in your audience. These scripts are a $2,000 value. Do It Like a Pro checklist, my platinum video and still shot list to up-level your brand, and my checklist on how to set up and deliver a training, a total value of $300. Here's how I did it: sample agreements, including a sample speaker agreement and a sample joint venture partner agreement, a $2,000 value. Birth Your Best-Selling Book resources, including a copy of the book proposal that I actually used to get the chicken soup for the African American Soul contract, and my step-by-step guide to turning your book into bestsellers. These resources are a $1,000 minimum value. The total value of the Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit system is $8,797, and it normally sells for $1,997. Yet, you're not just receiving the Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit system today. When you order right now and take action right now, I'd like to give you, at no cost to you, absolutely zero cost to you, a bonus to grow your speaking business even faster and to accelerate your own personal development growth. Your bonus gift, a ticket to my live Speaking Right to Make Millions training, valued at $997, and it's yours for free. During this electrifying 3-day live event, you'll join hundreds of aspiring and seasoned entrepreneurs from over 15 different countries around the world for the premier conference for speakers and authors. Discover the exact step-by-step system I use to grow my speaking business into a multi-million-dollar brand. Learn how I leverage joint venture partners to land a 7-figure book deal. Master the art of storytelling to reach and inspire thousands with your unique story and message. Attending Speaking Right to Make Millions can make a profound difference in your career. I know because so far over 4,000 graduates have come through Speaking Right to Make Millions, and many of their lives are barely recognizable. It'll help you accelerate the growth of your business and your brand so that you can become the unforgettable speaker, entrepreneur that you're destined to be. And even better, become the financially successful speaker or entrepreneur who knows and gets paid your true worth, while using your message to facilitate great change in the world. Imagine you wake up one day and you have the confidence and the skills to have the results you've been seeking, dreaming, and hoping for years. And as you lay your head down on the pillow at night, you say to yourself, I did it. I did it. I have the life I truly desire and the life I truly deserve. Then, as you gently fall asleep, you know that your life will never be the same again because you took action. Now you can see why the Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit system is valued at $8,797. Even without the bonus ticket to Speaking Right to Make Millions, this is a steal. Trust and believe me when I tell you that. And if you bought the ticket to the event by itself, your investment would be hundreds of dollars, even if we discounted it. That's over $9,700 in total value for the behind the black curtain insight, guidance, resources, and coaching. And oh, by the way, connection, tribe, inspiration that will transform your speaking and your life from something good to something unforgettable. And only because you're on this training, you can access it all immediately for just 3 easy payments of $197. Yes, that's what I said. Or if you want to save even more, make one simple payment of only $497. Your choice. Clients regularly pay me $25,000 to $35,000 to coach them on these key elements on a one-on-one basis. You're going to get all of this information for a small fraction of this investment when you enroll and Speak for Ultimate Impact and Profit. So let's make this really, really easy. How about that? If you were to go to my main website, you'll see all of this would add up to about $2,994. And even at that, this step-by-step training is an amazing value because that's just one shift that can help you finally get the results and the impact that you've been looking for. But because you've attended this training and you're right here right now, you get to save over $2,497 on your investment today. You can get started today